Right. Already we've looked at the exponential function. We know the integral of e to the x dx is e to the x plus c. If it's not e to the x, if it's e to the 3x dx, it's equal to 1/3 e to the 3x plus c. So when you integrate e to the 3x, again you get e to the 3x. The third would balance the 3 that you would have had in differentiation. And then there's a rule that e to the ax dx is 1/a times e to the ax plus c. Right? And the integral of e to the sine x dx is equal to e to the sine x plus c. So differentiate sine x, cos x, and you get 1/cos x times e to the sine x plus c. The one you will come across where people will make mistakes now and again is e to the minus x. If you integrate e to the minus x, what is it? It's e to the minus x plus c. But then, if you differentiate the minus x, you get what? Minus 1. So it's 1/-1, 1/-1, e to the minus x plus c. If I asked you to integrate 1/e to the 2x dx, that would be the integral of what? E to the minus 2x dx. Integrate e to the minus 2x, e to the minus 2x plus c. Yes? And that minus 2, what does that cause? Minus a half. Is that all right? The 2x would have, the 2 would have caused a half, the minus 2 will cause minus 1. Any questions so far? Right. What about the integral of e to the 2x by e to the 5x dx? Well, there is no product rule, so what must you do? Multiply them out. What's e to the 2x by e to the 5x? E to the 7x dx. Because there's your rules of indices. And in the previous class I gave you on this, when you're doing exponential integration, what is the first thing you would check? And I use the rules of indices before I integrate. E to the 7x, 1/7, e to the 7x plus 6. Have you any questions so far? All right? Is that okay? If I gave you the integral of e to the x minus e to the 3x times e to the x plus e to the 3x dx, that's a product. Yes? What do we know in integration? There is no product rule. What must you do? Multiply it. So that's equal to the integral. What's e to the x by e to the x? E to the 2x. Because when you're multiplying indices, you add the power. E to the x by e to the 3x. E to the 4x. Minus e to the 3x by e to the x. Minus e to the 4x. Minus e by that minus e to the 9x dx. I have no integration done yet. I just multiplied it out. They cancel. So it's the integral of e to the 2x minus e to the 9x dx. Just checking e, 6x. Alright? Which is equal to integrate e to the 2x, 1/2 e to the 2x. And integrate e to the 6x minus 1/6 e to the 6x plus c. I'm lucky I had one of these when I went to get it. So, do you understand that? Alright? So, that is how. So, if there's a product, what do? You multiply it out. Yes, there's no product rule, so there's not. And I'll do one last sum here. Oh, actually, that sum. The integral of e to the 2t minus e to the minus t all over e to the minus t minus 1 dt. I wouldn't do this as it does in your book. I would look upon that as a quotient. Yes? And what do you have to do with a quotient? You have to divide. Yeah. E to the 2t, that's e to the 2t. minus e to the minus t is 1 over e to the t, divided by e to the minus t, 1 over e to the t minus 1. Any questions what I did there? And then I would add that, I put it all over e to the t. This over e to the t becomes e to the what? E to the 2t by e to the t, e to the 3t minus 1. All over, putting the bottom over e to the t, that becomes 1 minus e to the t dt. Question? Which is equal to the integral. That's e to the 3t minus 1 over e to the t multiplied by e to the t over 1 minus e to the t. They cancel dt. So it's the integral of e to the 3t minus 1 over 1 minus e to the t dt. I have to divide that into that. That's the same thing as the integral of e to the t to be cubed minus 1 to be cubed over 1 minus e to the t dt. In other words, on the top line I have the difference of what? 2 cubed. And what's the difference of 2 cubes? I have it actually written here. X cubed minus y cubed is x minus y times x squared plus xy plus y squared. So x minus y, e to the t minus 1, times x squared, e to the 2t, plus xy minus e to the t plus y to the squared plus 1. All over. Now e to the t minus 1, 1 minus e to the t is minus e to the t minus 1. Understand that? I put the minus outside. What happens then too? So that's like the integral of minus e to the 2t plus e to the t minus 1 dt. And now I can integrate. Integrate minus e to the 2t minus 1/2 e to the 2t plus e to the t plus e to the t minus 1 minus t plus 1. So if it's a quotient, what must you do? You must divide. In the dividing ones, what can you always do with the top in the modern day integration? You can factor, right? And what's on the bottom would cancel with what's on the top. The long division type we used to do before, you wouldn't have the integration to then go and differentiate that. Right? And one last note in your log tables. If you have the integral of a to the power of x dx, and that's on page 26, it's a to the x over the log of a plus c. So if you had to integrate 3 to the power of x dx, what does the rule say it is? It's 3 to the x all over the log of 3 plus c. If you have the integral of 10 to the power of x dx, what's its integral? 10 to the x over the log of 10 plus